Testing, testing. Okay. This is the beginning test room. Well, we're gonna make a new character. And the character it's gonna be is probably a warrior. Let's make a warrior girl here. What should her name be? Let's do... Penelope. That's a good name. Sure. Oliver, what are you doing, brother? Stop running around. Detailed appearance. Yes, that's the one. Put on some tattoos or something. Let's put on a cool marking. That's pretty cool right there. I kinda like that. Yeah, eye patch. That works too. Don't like the hair though. That one's not too bad. I think this is over here. Need a keepsake. It's not too bad actually. Actually, golden seed's probably best. Alright, well, we're starting a new character. This is gonna be a walkthrough series. Not walkthrough because I'm shit at the game actually, but just a walkthrough series for me. And for you, beautiful viewers.
The fallen leaves is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Opnir, the all-knowing. Again, bless.
That is us.
A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Okay, well. This will restart. First thing to do. Get your fingers. These fingers are going to help you either. If you want to have allies, you can bring them into the game. If you want to have enemies, you can also bring them into the game. But we're going to get to that much later. And welcome to the world of Elden Ring. So I'm starting with this character. Warrior, or not warrior, I'm kind of going for like a Beastmaster here. But yeah, you're going to want to make your way down here. So, these little signs on the ground, they're going to be little messages from other people. Say stuff. Okay. Stuff like that. Little tips and tricks. You can put your zone down if you want to do that. To go to your menu. And blah, blah, blah. And you can put yours in. Let's do a little fun one here. Why was always people? is always the tarnished railer message. If anyone likes that message, we get all of our flasks back, which is pretty good. I know it's really weird, but it just is what it is. Basically walking here, don't expect much. The whole beginning section here is kind of just a fluke. You're gonna walk in here and fight something that you really do not want to fight. And if you don't want to have it spoiled, then just skip this part. I'm not gonna beat it, but yeah. If you're really good, you can beat that at the level 1, but I'm not that good, so definitely can't beat it. But you're not supposed to. If you can, you're a god.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Okay, so basically there, we got the flask. Sorry, just give me a second here. Bum. The girl that we just seen is our maiden. And that's a little bit down the road. That is explainable, but at the moment, that is our maiden. She is a very nice person, but we do not have amazing net. So the Cave of Knowledge. Jump down. Yes, this is what I'm about to show you guys. This is basically the tutorial cave. So if it's your first time playing, which I doubt anyone watching this would be their first time, it might be, who knows. This is what you want to jump down. I forget how to get up there. Actually, I kind of remember, but anyways, if you do not want to go down this cave right here, you're just going to go straight through that door. And that will bring you up into the world, the Elden world. These ghosts right here, you can talk to them, but most of them just say stuff for lore. None of them have quests. But feel free to talk to them. It's always interesting learning, like, how they died. what their remembrance is. And another thing about this game is you want to keep talking to people, not the ghosts, but if someone's, you know, dialect is just one thing, you just want to keep talking to them because that will open up quest lines. But again, it's not the ghost. The ghost will just keep saying the same stuff. Anyways, we are going to do the tutorial here. I'm just making sure I didn't forget anything. Alright, so we're going to jump down and let's do it. I wouldn't normally do this, but because it's a walkthrough, we are going to do a tutorial. These things are called the graces. I'll give you a second to read it. Basically, they're the exact same things like in Dark Souls, campfires. There you go. If you didn't have time to read it, just pause. And every one of these places, if you die, you will be able to resurrect at one of these locations. So first thing is, sneak attack is always the best thing. If you end up right behind someone and just click them, you are good to go. You have to do a quick attack for that though, not a hard. So there's two types of attacks. There's quick and a heavy. Not a hard, sorry, a heavy. But you can also hold the heavy to be stronger. And kind of, I don't know how to explain this, but like the weapons here on your right side, and then there's weapons as well on your left side. If you go to your equipment load, oh, let you read that. But yes, your equipment load, you can see you can add any weapons. You can have 3 up here, 3 down there. Usually you want to have a bow down there. This is your armor. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, yada yada yada. And these are your talismans. I don't have one yet. And these are your actual items that you want equipped onto your bottom slot there. If you hit triangle, you can see your bottom slot. So you can switch it between. Right now, I just have my flasks. So these are healing flasks. These are intelligence flasks. Not intelligence, magic flasks. So you can get your magic back. Yada yada yada. I know I'm kind of going through this quick, but anyways, I'm just gonna beat that guy up. Okay, so guarding. Use your armament in your left hand. Okay, this is actually pretty important. So if you hold up your guard and they hit you, you hit your heavy attack back, and it will do a big attack right there. See what I did there? So you just you can do dodge roll or your back step. So if you're holding this, you can do it anyways, but you can back roll anytime you want, or you can just hit B for a back step. Anyways, the most important thing is if they hit you, hit R2, bam, quick heavy attack back, extra jump. And you're going to find materials all around this land that you're going to use for crafting, but right now we're just going to pick up these. I do kind of want to show you how to get this guy, but I don't know how to. Okay, so we have our first actual opponent. Okay, this is basically saying like to it's kind of confusing here. If you two-hand armaments, which is your weapons, you have a better chance of like getting through their shields without them blocking, basically. But it is a little bit tricky. Best way I can describe it is if you hold triangle and if you hit your like right armament, then it's gonna do the double hand axe, like I'm about to do right here. And if you hold triangle and do your left hand armament, which is L1, it'll do double hand shield, just because that's what I have on right now. However, this guy is just walking away from me, which is weird. So I'm gonna backstab on him right now. This is what you want to go for. Whenever you're behind someone, that is the best goal. Especially in like areas like this where you just want to get through it. Especially you don't want to be wasting health on those low enemies. Also, I'll tell you something about dual wielding in a second. I just want to get through these guys. I'm just kind of running through this. Okay, well that was a perfect example of it. So yes, if you pause there, I kind of went through it a little bit fast, but if you pause there, it says some attacks give a critical hit. If you hold your R attack against some enemies, it will stagger them, and if you stagger them and walk up either behind or in front of them, and hit R1 or whatever your quick attack is, then you can do a critical attack. You'll see it more later on. This is just a tutorial, but again, it's very important to know. Also, these are stacks of Marika. So, basically, if you die near these, you will teleport back to them instead of a grace. But, most likely, if you see one of these, you know a boss is coming up. And this boss is not too hard, it's a tutorial boss, but yeah, any one of these gray walls, or yellow walls, this is a boss. However, this probably won't be too hard. Right. You can perform a counterattack immediately after blocking an attack. Guard counters, make it easier. See, that's a little more in-depth. I do know how to do that, but not with this build. Okay. I gotta need to be a little more perceptive here. I got a little bit worried there. Alright, anyways. That was the tutorial. And we're out to make our way to the actual world. That's not where you go. Kind of worth. Alright, here we go. I will end that video and begin the free world, but it's a good tutorial. So we're gonna want to save at these places right here. This we're gonna come back to. After we do Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula, we are going to get back to here. It's pretty interesting. Honestly, I like this place. A lot of people don't, but I enjoy it. And we are going to do this. So this is basically telling us cooperative. You can pause it here. Cooperative, how it works, yada yada yada. We gotta put down signs. It is very confusing for first timers, but anyone who actually plays this game knows how it works. You have to basically use like your fingers, finger potion, not potions, but like fingers to summon or invade other people's worlds. So you can summon your friends, but anytime you summon a friend, you are opening yourself up to someone to come into your world and trying to kill you. So that is the downside and the upside of it. Anyways, this is where we start and end. This is the world of Elden Ring. Look how fucking beautiful it is. Absolutely amazing. We're gonna end our journey right over here. I might just grab this item quick. These little things are summoning pools, so you have to activate them in each area if you want to summon some people to help you. Got a summoning key. And I'm just gonna turn that on for now. Basically, every time we go to area, just turn one of those on, just in case. Oh. Use your map to check your current position. Yeah, this is basically just a map. Get this summoning right here, this grace. So we can come back to here. And at the beginning of the game, so basically grace will point you in the direction of the next grace that it wants you to go to. But we're going to be doing a bunch of different things, so if you were following the actual game, then yes, you want to follow that. But again, it's super duper hard. These quest lines, they do not give you any direction at all. However, we are going to talk to this first person right here.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Keep
Luckily
talking
for
on.
you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted. It's time you set off, I should think. To Castle Stormvale, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Okay, so basically, the guy's telling us that we have to go over to the castle, which is that one over there, to kill the god. But we have a lot to do before then. Our first objective for here is getting to the castle. Don't fight that guy. Getting to this church over here. We're gonna want to get our horse. That's the main goal. It'll be a little bit till we do that. Alright, so we're at the Church of Ella. If you hit your options button, you can see kind of the map. We don't have the map yet. The map is going to be here. No. There, actually, it might be there. Those locations are where the map is. Yeah, it's definitely there. But anyways, as you can see, these graces point in the direction you have to go. This is only going to be useful for so long. Eventually we'll wear out. And here we go. Smithing. You can smith in these small smiths for so long, but once you want to get higher tier items, you have to go to better ones. However, this is a pretty good start. I wonder if I can smith right away. No, I need one more smithing stone. I would like to upgrade this axe. Even though it's a starting axe, it'll probably be really good. These are merchants. These are what you want to talk to. This guy's actually pretty good. It's Kale. He'll give you a mission or two.
I can also see that you're not
Missions in this game are very hard to tell.
Then why not purchase a little something? I am Carly, purveyor of fine goods.
There's no actual quest line or quest board, so you kind of gotta just
I
roll
am
with
of a
it.
nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. You know, if you can spare the rooms, you should buy yourself a craft. The crafting kit allows you essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all. You know, if you can spare the room, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. Essential, really. The kit costs about the import.
Basically, these are shops. You can pause that there if you need it. Okay, so the important thing here is I'm gonna buy the crafting kit because that's super important. I don't even know why they even sell that. Should be given to you, but these cracked pots are super important because you want to buy as much as you can of them. So those are basically grenades. So you make grenades. These yellow things, you can make them. So you don't really have to buy these, but these are basically, I wouldn't buy these here. There's 1,000 a piece. Jesus, that's a lot. These are basically, you can call people to help you. But if you call people to help you, people can also invade you. So be careful. This is just a CFAR. It's a telescope, and throwing daggers. That's pretty self-explanatory. One thing you might want to buy here is a torch early. Just because it'll help you see in caves and stuff. and you always want to get these cookbooks. So I'm probably gonna buy all these cookbooks here when I get the money. Arrows and bolts, that's up to you to buy. I will probably have a bow on this class. I don't know if it's gonna be a crossbow or an actual bow. Maybe a crossbow. I'm not too sure. But it's always best to have a bow just as backup. Again, you either want to buy arrows or crossbow bolts. And every merchant will always have armor. You don't have to buy it. Always compare it to what you have, what you want. If you're going for a certain class, then, you know, just check out their armor and see if you like it or not. And the shield especially too, because all our merchants have different shields. And the last two things down here are going to be clues. If you can you can buy them, but if you can decipher the clues, you can get little hints about the story and stuff like that, and where stuff is. But again, they're not really worth it. It's really up to what you want to do. I'm probably gonna buy a torch here, just because it's best to have.
You took my warning to heart. You've made.
And yes, there's the item crafting, containers. Yes, telling you about basically grenades or potions, pots. Sorry, and I'll show you item crafting. There you go. Okay, so item crafting. You need, or basically it tells you all the ingredients, so you really don't have to do too much research into it. The one thing that we have two of, because we collected two little bushes, is this royal raisin. So this, if you wanted to make it, it is actually not a healing for you, it's for your horse. Because when you're in battle with your horse will take damage. And if you wanted to throw it on to one of your, right here, like your 10 slots, sorry, down here, your 10 slots of, you know, items, click that, and you can throw the royal raisin on, which you just crafted. However, as you can see here, I have a right item, which I use my right for, my left. Your bottom can switch between yada yada yada, and if you have 10 things on there, it's sometimes really hard to get back to your actual healing potion when you're trying to like survive a fight. So I would suggest maybe like not putting as much as you can on these items, or whatever you actually need in certain situations. So like for example, if you're going into a poison dungeon, maybe put on some poison berries that get poison off, yada yada. You'll find that out over time. But examples is exactly like that. So you want to put on what you can, or not what you can, but what you need in a certain situations. Because I've had so many fights where I'm just like constantly just swapping through, and I just throw a dagger all of a sudden, because your daggers are also with that build, with that what's it called, slot. So like I've had some times where I'm just trying to heal, and then I look down and I'm just healing my magic resist. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? So just make sure when you're going into a fight, you have on what you need. That's kind of one of the main points of this game that I had trouble with, because I just go in no matter what. But anyways, so the thing is, I'm gonna get off after this just explanation, but we are going to come from here. Wait, did we get this? No, we didn't. What the heck? Okay, I'm just bad. Okay, so this is our second grace. We can rest here whenever we want. The two next graces that we're going to want to get are through this forest. And then we can sit down with our maiden. Which, once we get a maiden, we can finally level up. And I'm not going to really explain the process there right now. I'm just going to have a quick little fight with this guy because I'm bored. But if you want to sneak, I might as well show sneak. This guy kind of just roams back and forth. As long as you're sneaking behind someone, they won't like catch you, and just get right behind them and use your fast attack. Should be one hit kill on all these guys. And actually I'm going to show the first dungeon that we're going to take. And then I'm going to log off. We're going to sneak behind this guy, do the same thing. This is the wolf dungeon. And in every single dungeon there should be a grace. If you just touch it and don't sleep at it, it won't reset all the enemies. Just gonna lift this up. Just that makes it. I can call people, but I don't ever call people. But maybe I will soon. If we're doing streams, that'd be fun. Flasks. We got a golden seed, so we're just gonna. We started with the golden seed, so it gave us extra flasks there. Anyways, if any time you sleep, all the enemies will be back, except for like exclusive boxes. But it's a good part of the game. Anyways, we are going to chill here. And after this, tomorrow's episode will possibly go into the base there. Probably do an episode not tomorrow, but the next day after. But anyways, hope you all have a good night. And sleep well. Yo, this girl looks badass. Holy shit. Anyways, take it easy, homies.